What's up? It's Iceman. I don't have a lot of time left on my camera, so I'm going to make a quick video. Something that's kind of been my obsession lately, because knives have still my obsession, but I've had to sell quite a few off, and so I've kind of been putting my energies towards other things and things I already had, you know. So I had this Ruger 1022 Takedown. This is the bag that it comes in. So what I did is I made basically a get home bag out of it. Think of it like a 24-hour pack. It's not like a 72-hour or anything, but and I'll show you my 72-hour, my get home, my bug out bag as well. But this is just kind of like a get home bag. Just kind of want to go over the contents of the bag and what I was thinking when I put it together. So let's go ahead and start. Actually, let's flip this viewfinder around so I can see it. See what you're looking at here. All right, so got the Ruger bag. This outside compartment here. Oh, we don't want to zoom in. There we go. I've got you got your MOLLE attachments here, and we'll just start with this. This is my first aid kit. I actually keep this in my car. We only have one vehicle in my family now because I work from my home, so this stays in the Explorer. And this is your first aid kit from Condor, I believe it is. The Condor First-Aid Emt Kit. This is actually a really good kit, and the reason why I know it's good is because I used to, when I went to school, I had first aid, and I had to put together a first aid kit for my home, and it's pretty intense. So it's got EMT shears. I'm not going to go into details. It's kind of boring. EMT shears, you got compresses, you got donut bandages, you got triangle bandages. I've also packed medications for my family, so any medications they may have, that in case you need to have. So this stays in my car. Like I just did took an old pill bottle here and I pre-labeled it with a bunch of stuff, and then I actually put them all in little plastic baggies in there, so you have your medications. Like my wife doesn't have a thyroid from her cancer, so she has to take thyroid pills. So I've been, putting medications like that. Cold compress, Band-Aids, sterile. So it's a really cool kit, and it packs in nicely in there. And I keep that in my car in case of emergency, obviously, in case we need first aid. But one nice thing is that the MOLLE attachments on this, I can throw this right on my go bag if I need it. So I have my first aid kit. I don't keep it on there because this actually sits under the seat of the car, but this sits in a separate compartment in the trunk, and I'll actually make a part 2 video of this and show you how it's set up in my car. But that's first aid kit, and that'll strap to that. I've also got this Condor admin pouch or EDC pouch, kind of organizer pouch. Got a fire starter, Sharpie marker. We've got a Leatherman in here, CRKT Eaton tool. This is the, I can't remember, the OH2, I think. And I chose this one because it has a weapon. It's kind of weapon rated. It's kind of around the AR-15. It's what it's supposed to be like. But because it has a clean rod slot where you can attach a clean rod and clean your rifle, that's why I have it with this, because there is a rifle in here. Copy my license, concealed carry permit. Have an old Gerber knife in here. So I've got a few things in here. A lighter, a couple of Bic lighters in there. So that'll also attach, but that'll also just slip easily into a pocket. Now I have this separate as well in the same compartment because that comes in pretty handy. So I didn't want to have it all tied up into this bag. So in this front compartment, I've got magazines. You've got your BX-25s loaded, 25 rounds. It is okay to leave loaded magazines, just so you know. There's kind of a fallacy out there about that, and everything I've ever researched and read that it's not a big deal. So I've got 3 25-round mags loaded in there. In this top pouch, got one of these cheap little Compass emergency whistle thermometers on there. Got a Sucrets thing, well, full of fire starters basically. Cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. Work really awesome. Emergency poncho. Got some light sticks in case of, need some light. So there's a couple things in there, in that top pocket, and there's actually more room. I did have that Condor pouch in there at first, so. And then you'll notice on the back, I actually modified this. It came with this black shoulder strap, and I took it out on a hike, about a 2-mile hike, just the shoulder strap, and it was no fun. So I got these Alice packed. These are from Army Alice. These are actually imitation ones. They say made in China on them. I got them off Amazon, but they're actually pretty good. And they will fit on these loops. So I've attached them there. Then they come with the attachment point here. It's fully adjustable, so you've got yourself a decent backpack. Now it's not gonna be great, but we're talking about 24 hours getting home. Maybe not even 24 hours. You don't need anything too good, but it's a lot better than what it came with. And I think I paid $11 for these straps. So you notice I have a lock on here. And when I do my car setup, I'll show you. This is just a trigger lock or a gun lock. I have like 100 different of these things laying around. And I'm like, I'm gonna lock this bag, and then I have it actually locked up to my car, so it can't be stolen. And I just got the keys for that on my car keys. So again, this is a vehicle bag, a get home bag. I'll be in my car when I have this. I'm just gonna take that off, show you the contents on the inside here. Open it up. You've got your paintball. God, they're not called hoppers. That's what's on the gun. What is this called? Just a paintball tube. So kind of like a way to store your paintballs when you're playing paintball. Holds 550 rounds, 22 ammunition. Perfect. Got a ton of ammo. Doesn't weigh too much. Sits right there. Got a stainless steel water bottle. Actually, this is aluminum, but a water container, some sort of water source. Got some 550 cord. Inside these two is the rifle. So you have your barrel and your front part, and then you have your receiver. I'm not going to take that out because I did a video already on that. And this main compartment, which is where they store I put quite a few things. I've got a live straw, water purification. Those are awesome. Pretty inexpensive too for how awesome they are. I've got some emergency water supply, some fruit leathers, just some food, short supply of food. Also got my Kershaw camp tin in there. This thing's a beastly chopper, so if I have to prep wood, if I had to, chop wood in this kind of scenario, I want to have something like that. And I chose this over a hatchet just because it weighs less. I actually have a hatchet in my 72-hour kit, but this weighs less, and I was going for kind of lightweight on this. Got an emergency, and I put all this stuff in plastic bags to keep it organized. Emergency blankets, tube tent, with the tent. Not the best shelter, but it would do in an emergency. Better than nothing, for sure. I was going to try to find a place to put this tarp, but it's so big, and I might be able to fit it in there still, because this is a better option. But with the 550 cord, maybe some tent stakes, some lightweight tent stakes. I was thinking of that, so I might switch that up. But this is what I have in there for now, and it's definitely better than nothing. And it is a shelter option in case I get stuck, somewhere without shelter. So just a basic get home kit. I think it's got everything you need to survive for 24 hours. It's not like a multi-day kit. It's not, but it's it's just designed to get you home. It's a get home bag. I have whole other setup for 72 hours that's much more robust, much more involved. But just the fact that you have a weapon in the 1022, you can process. You can get game with it. Small game. You could even take a deer if you had to with a well-placed shot. But you've got a good get home bag. I always have my concealed carry pistol on me, so I'd also have that, and a knife. I always have a pocket knife. I brought the Kershaw for heavier duty stuff, but I've got my ZT-801. That's been my EC lately. I'll always have something like that on me. So I got a first aid kit, some other fire starter, matches, cotton balls, to start a fire. I've got shelter covers. So you got fire, shelter, food, and water. Pretty much enough to survive. So kind of it comes with this bag, and I just did some minor modifications to it. Just basically added those Alice packs. And it makes the backpack a lot more comfortable and a lot better to use. I've also got some little attachments, so if I want to attach this first aid kit, or if I want to attach that, or throw that in one of the sacks, I've got space. So that's just a quick overview of my 1022 get home bag, 24-hour pack, whatever you want to call it. I saw a few guys that did this on the internet, on YouTube, so I kind of just borrowed some of the ideas from them, but none of them that I saw had these backpack straps. I actually read that on a forum. That was a really good idea. They're really cheap. They make carrying this way more comfortable. It's not very heavy. It weighs like less than 15 pounds, but still, if you're going very far, you only have that shoulder strap. I did a 2-mile hike, and it really put a lot of pressure on my neck and back, and I didn't like that, so that's why I went with the straps. So, and I'll show you, in the second part of this video, I'll show you how I rig this up to my car so it doesn't get stolen. Because obviously you're going to be like, oh, you could cut through that. Well, I've actually got another one of these rigged to my car, so it's pretty secure. If a thief really wanted it, they could get to it, but it would take quite a bit of time. So usually that scares them off. Maybe I'm being naive, but where I live, we don't have a lot of problems with that. But just kind of a general overview of my kit, my get home bag, and I'm going to do another video again showing how it's set up in the car, and then another video soon about my 72-hour get bug out type bag for my family. I've got a family of 5, so it wasn't just like easy enough to do for one person. I had to take 5 people into consideration, which made it pretty difficult. So, but I think I've got a pretty good setup now, and I'm sure it'll evolve and change over time. So, any questions, comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you next time. Alright, here we go with part 2. So, here it is in the car, under the back seat. That's the 3rd row seat. This is a 013 Explorer, so pretty brand new car, or 2012 maybe. But it's under the seat, out of sight, out of mind. It's got the 2 locks to a frame point here on the car. It's really sturdy. It's like a, where you put like a tie-down strap or something, so it's pretty sturdy. It's locked twice there, so pretty hard to get out to, but not too hard to get, you know, if I need it. Here I have this side compartment here. These little storage. I've got some more emergency drinking water. This is where I keep my first aid kit and my EDC pouch there, in case I need those. So those are easily accessed. They're right by the kit. So, you know, if I need to grab that and go, boom, boom, grab those, grab that. So that's kind of my get home bag and set up for my Ruger 1022 Takedown. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Take care.